Good morning to all. We have completed our asexual reproduction part. Now, today we are going to begin with the sexual reproduction. Now, before undergoing the sexual reproduction, every organism, whether plant or animal, has to undergo the growth and development phase, which is called as juvenile phase or developmental phase. Now, in case of plants, the flower signifies the beginning of the sexual reproduction. Same way, in case of animals also, there is a sexual cycle, that is oestral cycle and menstrual cycle, which which ensures the beginning of the sexual reproduction in animals. Now, when you talk about the events in the sexual reproduction, you can see in the image there it is categorized into three parts: pre-fertilization events, fertilization events, and post-fertilization events. When you talk about pre-fertilization event, that is the events which occur before fertilization, it include gametogenesis and gamete transfer. When we talk about fertilization, that means fusion of male and female gamete that result in the formation of a zygote. And after the fertilization is the post fertilization events, that is the events which occur after fertilization, which basically include the formation of zygote and formation of embryo. So we will discuss these events one after the other. Let us take up the first pre-fertilization event, that is the gametogenesis. Process of gamete formation is called gametogenesis. Gametes are haploid sex cells. Now in plants, the gametes is formed by the process of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Microsporogenesis results in the formation of pollen grain, which is a male gamete, whereas megasporogenesis result in the formation of ovule, which is the female gamete. Same way in human beings, spermatogenesis result in the formation of sperm, which is a male gamete, and oogenesis result in the formation of ovum, which is the female gamete. Now in certain cases you will see that the two gametes are very similar in appearance and they do not look morphologically different. Such gametes are called isogametes or homogametes. Look at the figure given below. You will clearly have the idea about the isogametes in Cladophora alga. Whereas there are individuals where the gametes are totally different in structure, and such type of gametes you can see in human beings. You can see the sperm and ovum, and when the gametes are morphologically different, then they are known as heterogametes. Next is the gamete transfer. After the formation of the gamete, it is very important that the male and the female gamete should be brought together so that they can fertilize, to ensure the process of fertilization. Now in major cases, the fertilization is external, that is it occurs outside the female body, and under that condition the water is used as a medium for gamete transfer and fertilization occur outside itself. Whereas in certain cases the gamete transfer occurs within the female body, and that is the internal fertilization occur. The new individual is formed inside the female body. Human beings generally have the internal fertilization. In case of plants also you will see the fertilization, that is the internal fertilization. Now in case of plant, there is a specific process for gamete transfer, that is known as pollination. Pollination means transfer of male gamete, that is pollen grain, from the male part, that is anther, to the stigma, that is the female part. Now you have already learned about the cross pollination, self pollination, and the detailed account will be given regarding pollination in the next chapter. So just now we have discussed the pre-fertilization events. Now let us take the fertilization events into account. The fertilization events involve the fusion of sperm and ovum, or fusion of male gamete and female gamete. Now after the fusion of male and female gamete, that will result in the formation of a diploid structure. That diploid structure is known as zygote. Zygote formation is a very vital step in every sexually reproducing organism. Now fertilization can be external and can be internal, as we have already discussed that if it occurs outside the female body, then it is the external fertilization. Fishes and frogs undergo the external fertilization, and in case of other individuals, that is mammal, fungi, reptile, birds, the internal fertilization is seen. Now let us see the next event, that is the post fertilization event. After the fertilization has taken place, these events occur, and it generally include the zygote developing into embryo. Now when you talk about the zygote formation in case of internal fertilization, then the zygote is completely safe within the female body, but in case of external fertilization, the zygote forms a rigid wall around it in order to protect itself from any sort of damage, and this period, and it remains unfunctional for a period of time, and that is known as the dormancy. Dormancy is very common in plants. Many of the seeds are in the dormant condition. Whereas when you talk about the embryogenesis, it means that the zygote is going to develop into embryo. Now embryogenesis involves two processes, cell division and cell differentiation. Cell division, where the number of the cell will increase by the process of mitosis, and cell differentiation, where the cell will modify itself and will take up one or the other function. Now there are two type of organisms on the basis that whether they lay eggs or whether they give birth to young ones. So all those organisms which lay eggs are known as oviparous, and all those organisms which give birth to young ones are known as viviparous. Besides that, in plants the zygote is formed inside the ovule. After the fertilization, all the floral parts will fall off. The zygote will develop into embryo, the ovule form the seed, the ovary become the fruit. So these are the major changes that you are going to see in case of sexual reproduction. Now kindly go through these images and this presentation again, and do make important notes from it, and in case of any doubt or a query, you can call.